In this video help, I'm going to be covering the maintenance service report. Similar to the last reports, this one is also based on the property address and the city, and in this case the address that we're working with is summarized at the top, and the service date is very important because this is the date of this service. That is repeated in the actual area down here where you can do a search. There's also a status, which is very important, where you can look at the status in the report for all the items that are currently active. If there's one in there that says completed or whatever, and this is really dependent upon how you want to do it. If you have a completed task, you could put complete in there, and you could look for all of them that are complete or some that there's appointments set. Use this as your search feature in the find in order to find certain kinds of records. That's not really dependent upon the actual service company, but the service company is also usable if you want to look at tasks that have been completed by a specific service company within a specific time and on a certain residence or residences based on the service company. The service required is a little bit more of a wild card in that if you put a word or a phrase in there, it will find all the instances where that is actually appearing in the service requirement. So you can go and search by that as well. So it makes it a fairly universal way to find information. The numerics of the report are not that important in that you wouldn't probably search by those, but the important part is the summary information of all the tasks by an individual location or dwelling that you want to look at its service history as far as its cost or things that have occurred there that may need to be looked at on a long-term basis if you're having repeat problems in that area as far as service requirements. And then again, there's also those kind of things where you have periodic maintenance that has to be done. For example, clearing out rain gutters, to make sure that in the spring when it's starting to rain, that the rain gutters are cleared out. You also want to probably look at other things that might cause frozen pipes or things that you're going into winter that you want to look at and do those kinds of things prior to the actual the occurrence of an issue. And the next thing is if a residence is actually empty and it hasn't been leased or rented for a period of time, you want to probably put a time-based requirement in to go out and look periodically at the location before it has some other issues. Like it sounds crazy, but on some dwellings the toilets will dry out and the water that's in them will evaporate, and this can cause problems with the plumbing and also open up sewer gases to get into the home once it evaporates totally out. So you have to be careful on an ongoing basis. And another one is to check the residence to make sure that the temperatures are balanced where you won't get things like mildew or other things due to the improper temperature settings if the dwelling has been closed up for a while. So there's all those kinds of things you need to be able to think about when it comes to maintenance and service, and you can find most of those in the report so you can track them. And keep in mind that you can also go to the individual records and find by a certain residence within the actual maintenance service reporting on the main screen, which is the service screen here on this one, that when you're in there you can look at the maintenance property screen. Now this is kind of squeezed out of the picture right now, but you can look at this particular dwelling and all the things that are going on with that particular one as far as what needs to be done. And of course you can click on the report button, which is right here, or you can go to the portal record and look at it. Now I'm hiding part of the screen, so you're not going to see it all at this point in time. Now if you have any questions or you need any assistance, you can always contact me on the support site, and also you can chat with me there if you need to as far as using this screen.